Welcome to CLANOB Comprehensive Tutorials, where excellence meets simplicity. We believe in making learning clear, easy, and effective.
Hello, welcome to CLANOB Comprehensive Tutorial, where you get excellence with utmost simplicity. So we want to look at a very important concept, so pay attention while we dive straight into it. We want to look at the general equation of a cycle. Remember, we defined a cycle to be a set of points such that the distance from its center or a fixed point is constant. So we want to look at the general equation of a cycle. Basically, we have the standard or the canonical equation of a cycle to be r squared equals x minus a squared plus y minus b squared. So we want to get the general form or the general equation of a cycle from this. So first thing you want to do is to open your brackets, x minus a, simply expansion, x minus a, x minus a. Now positive y minus b, y minus b. So here you have r squared becomes x times x is x squared, x times a is minus ax, x times x is x squared, x times a is ax, minus times ax, minus times x is minus ax, minus times minus a, you have positive a squared here, right? So plus y times y, you have y squared, y times b minus by, minus by, then you have plus b squared. So basically you want to do it, so let's quickly wrap this up. You have x squared minus 2ax positive a squared. You have plus y squared minus 2by plus b squared. Now we want to arrange this. We're going to arrange this such that we have r squared equals, we're going to be taking our r squared the other way. So we're going to start with x squared plus y squared minus 2ax minus 2by plus a squared plus b squared minus r squared. So at this stage, pay attention carefully. We are going to be replacing these terms. So if we see, we're using the letter F to represent minus A, and we use the letter G represents minus B. And our value C here is going to be a squared plus b squared minus r squared. If we use this substitute to replace them in this equation, you're going to have x squared plus y squared plus 2fx plus 2gy plus, remember everything here represents c. So you have c equals 0. Substituting this where f is negative a, g represents negative b, and c represents a squared plus b squared minus r squared, we're going to have this as our general equation of a cycle, the general form of a cycle. Now, first thing we want to take note of is three major things about this equation. Is that equation of a cycle is always represented in the second degree order, and the x component must be the same as that of the y component, meaning their coefficients must always be the same. If you're having x squared plus y squared, the coefficient here is 1, the coefficient here is also 1, it must be the same. If you're having 3x squared plus 3y squared, they must also be the same. So these are ways, once you see an equation, you know that this is an equation of a cycle. It also doesn't have no xy term. An equation of a cycle does not have xy component, no xy term. And the determinant, which is, or the discriminant rather, was g squared minus c, must always be greater than or equal to 0. So you check these three major parameters to confirm and know that an equation is actually representing an equation of a cycle. So let's take an example to understand this properly. We have an example here. Now don't forget our A is representing center, A and B is representing the center, while r is representing the radius. So we have a question here to find the center of the cycle. Example, find the center of the cycle. Let's make it a little bit more difficult. Let's start find the center and the radius of a cycle with equation given to be 3x squared minus 6x plus 3y squared plus 9y minus 1 equals 0. Now, having this equation of a cycle, you want to find the center and the radius. There are two major ways to do this, and I'm going to be explaining it very, very quickly. So first thing you want to do is you want to reduce these terms to their lowest term. So you're going to be dividing all through by 3. So you're dividing this by 3, you get x squared minus 2x plus y squared plus 3y negative 1 over 3 equals 0. So next thing is you want to arrange it just like how the general form looks like, x squared plus y squared. So we're going to do that. X squared comes first plus y squared minus 2x plus 3y equals, we're going to take this over 1 over 3. Now you want to, I said I'm going to show you two ways, right? So remember from our general form of a cycle that f is equal to negative g, f is equal to negative a, and g is negative b. So having these two components, we can find the center of the cycle, which is just a and b. So if we compare these two both, we're going to be having negative 2x. Remember our equation is x squared plus 2fx plus 2gy plus c equals 0. So we are comparing these both to look for the value of f, and if we can get the value of f, we can find our value for a. All right, having an equation this way, y squared. So we're having 2fx, comparing 2fx and negative 2x. I'm going to be comparing 2gy and positive 3y. Okay, remember we're getting a value for f here. You want to divide through by 2x, 2x. So this goes, our value for f becomes, x goes with f, minus 2 minus 2 here becomes minus 1. So dividing all through by 2y, g becomes 3 over 2. But is that the end? No, right? We have to get our center, and our center is a and b. So we're simply going to substitute this. Let's quickly do that here. You have f equal to negative a, meaning f equal to minus 1. Rather, our value for a, we've gotten our f to be negative 1 already. So to get our value for a, divide all through by negative 1. Our a becomes 1. Then to get the value for b, we have g is already 3 over 2 equals negative b. So if you divide by negative 1, let's do this carefully. We have b to be 3 over 2 divide minus 1. So turning this, you have this to be 1 over minus 1, simply giving you b to be negative 3 over 2. So therefore, we've gotten our center of the cycle to simply be 1 comma minus 3 over 2. Now, with these values, we can find the radius. We have to find the center and also find the radius. All right, we've gotten a value for the center to be positive 1, negative 3 over 2, indicating our value for a to be 1 and our value for b, which we solved, to be negative 3 over 2. Now we want to solve for the radius of the cycle. The radius of the cycle is given by the formula r squared equals f squared plus g squared minus c. So if you have to get a value for r, you're simply going to take the root of f squared plus g squared minus c, right? So we have r f from our question, or from what we got, to be minus 1 squared plus g to be 3 over 2 squared. Now, our value for c from our question is negative 1 over 3 before we took it over. So it's going to be negative 1 over 3. So this is simply 1 squared plus 3 squared is 9, 2 squared is 4, plus 1 over 3. So we're going to be adding everything now. 1 squared is still the same thing as 1, so I'm going to rub that off. I'm going to take in a general LCM, which is 12. So 12 into 1 is 12, 12 times 1 is 12, plus 12 into 4 is 3, 3 times 9 is 27, plus 12 into 3 is 4, 4 times 1 is 4. 12 into 3 is 4, and 4 times 1 should give us 4. Remember, all these are still under square roots. So 12 plus 27 should give us 39, and 39 plus 4 should give us 43 over 12. So simply gotten our center to be 1 negative 3 over 2, and our radius to be the square root of 43 over 12. Now we're going to solve another question with a different method to find the center and also how to find the radius. So stick close. Okay. So supposing we're asked to find the center and the radius of a cycle with the equation given to us to be x squared plus 8x plus y squared minus 6x minus 11 equals 0. Question this way, we're asked to find the center and the radius of a cycle. Okay, here, let's say here is positive 6y, and let's say here is negative x. Remember, there are terminologies we see, and we know that, okay, this equation actually represents a cycle. And one major one you have to see is that the coefficient of this x squared and y squared is the same, and they're of the second order degree. So let's rearrange. First thing we want to do is to rearrange. And in this case, we are not going to be using the previous method. We're going to be using a different method. And this method is simply completing the square. We're going to be using the completing the square method to solve this question. So all I'm going to do is x squared minus 8x from our completing the square. To get half of this, then take the square of it. And you're going to do that both for this part and also this other part. So you have to watch me closely now. So you have x squared minus 8x. Half of 8x is 4. So you're going to take the square of 4, which is 4 squared. And moving your 11 this way, you should have positive 11 plus the half of 8x is 4. I'm going to add 4 squared here. Plus, you're going to do the same for your y. You have y squared plus 6y. Half of 6y is 3. Now, when solving, completing the square questions, maybe when deriving your general formula, remember, let's do a bit recap. The general formula for a quadratic equation is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And you all know you can derive your quadratic formula from this. So going through, you divide all through by coefficient. So you have x squared plus b over ax equals negative c over a. Now, to get your value, which you add to this part, I also add to this part, you're simply going to do x squared plus b over a. You're going to take the half of it, which you're going to multiply by half, then squared, equals negative c over a. So if you do this, b times 1 is b times 2a. So you are simply doing x squared plus b over 2a squared. And the exact thing you're adding here, you are also going to add that here too, to give you positive b over 2a. Same all squared. Now we're heading somewhere. If you factorize this, you'll be having x plus b over 2a squared equals, arranging this, b squared over 2a squared is 4a squared minus c over a. So if you do this carefully, LCM of this is 4a squared. 4a squared into 4a squared is 1. 1 times b squared is b squared minus 4a squared into this is 4a. 4a times c is 4ac. Now I'm explaining this. I'm heading somewhere. Just follow me carefully. If I introduce my square root to cancel both, I'm going to have square root here. Square root is going to go with this. So I'm going to have x plus b over 2a equals the square root positive negative b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. Now, I'm going to be using this part of the board. So I want to continue this. So we have x plus b over 2a into plus positive negative square root of b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. So we want to make our x subject here. So we're going to be taking this way. X equals negative b over 2a plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. Now you agree with me that in short, this can be individual such that you have this to be a root and you also have the square root of this. So if we do it that way, the square root of 4a squared is simply 2a. So taking the LCM, which are the same, we're going to be having everything to be 2a into minus b plus minus b squared minus 4ac x is equal to this. Now, if you look at this equation carefully, you discover that this is the formula method which most persons refer to be the almighty formula, and it's gotten from this completing the square method. So I explained this to understand this concept properly, that what we are taking here is the half of whatsoever you have here. The half of 8x is 4, so you take the square and you're adding it to this side. So now follow me carefully. Now let's replicate that here. So you can pause the video. I'll try as much as possible to rewind the video to understand that concept properly. Now, taking the half of 8x is 4 squared plus the half of 6y is 3 squared. So we're going to add that to here, 3 squared. So after doing that, you're just going to factorize x minus 4 squared plus y plus 3 squared equals 11 plus 16 plus 9. So if you're having that, you have x minus 4 squared plus y plus 3 squared equals 16 plus 9 is 25, and 25 plus 11 is simply 36. Now, we've represented our equation in the standard, or what we call the canonical form or canonical equation of a cycle. Very good. So doing this, remember that our cycle has an equation this way. So we can simply get the center here by simply saying negative a, equating negative a and negative 4. You're going to have dividing both sides by minus 1. Our a becomes 4, which means the center is 4. Now equating negative b and positive 3, you're going to have dividing both sides by minus 1. B is equal to negative 3. So our a is 4 and our b is 3. So our center becomes 4, minus 3. And our radius is simply gotten, you can see this r squared equals 36. R squared equals 36. Taking the root of both sides, this goes with this, and now r is 6. So whichever method you prefer, you can see this is straight, direct. You can use completing the square form, or you can also use the previous method which we just did, the direct substitution, to get or find the center when given the equation of a cycle. Hope you learned something. Do well to like this video, turn on the notification, and do well to comment under this, bringing in suggestions, contributions, and also topics you want us to work on, right? So do well and stay updated. Thank you.